The Grand Colosseum of Vexthor had witnessed countless warriors throughout its 3,000-year history, but none quite like the human who stood in its center now. Instructor Kael'ron, a 7-foot-tall Vexthari warrior with 4 arms and scales harder than titanium, circled her with the confidence of someone who had never been defeated. Sarah Chen adjusted her stance, her boots scraping against the sand-covered arena floor. Around them, hundreds of cadets from dozens of species watched from the elevated seats, their various eyes, sensors, and optical organs fixed on the improbable matchup below. "Combat is about control," Kael'ron announced, his voice amplified across the Colosseum. His primary arms held an ornate blade forged from compressed neutron star material, a weapon that could slice through starship hulls. His secondary arms remained empty, poised for grappling. Control of distance, control of tempo, control of emotion. Sarah said nothing. She had learned early in her tenure at the Galactic Military Academy that humans were considered a curiosity, a species so new to the stars that most instructors treated them like children playing with weapons beyond their understanding. Humanity had been invited to the Academy only 15 standard cycles ago, a diplomatic gesture after humanity's unexpected victory in the frontier skirmishes. "The human cadet will attack first," Kael'ron declared, his mandibles clicking in what passed for a smile among his kind. "Demonstrate what your species has learned." Sarah's fellow cadets in the stands, the handful of other humans at the Academy, shifted uncomfortably. They knew what was coming. They had all experienced the same ritual, instructors using sparring sessions to teach humility to the upstart species. She moved forward, her approach deceptively casual. Kael'ron's blade flashed, a test strike meant to gauge her reaction time. Sarah's hand shot up and the impossible happened. Her fingers closed around the blade itself. The Colosseum fell silent. Kael'ron's eyes widened. The weapon was molecular sharp, designed to cut through anything less than enriched durasteel. Yet the human's hand, wrapped in nothing but standard-issue training gloves, held it firm. He pulled back, attempting to either free the blade or slice through her grip. Neither happened. "You said combat is about control," Sarah said quietly, her voice somehow carrying across the stunned arena. Her muscles tensed, tendons standing out against her forearm like steel cables. "You're right." The sound that followed would be discussed in Academy halls for generations. A crack sharp and definitive as the neutron star blade, worth more than a small planet's GDP, fractured. Not bent, not chipped, fractured spiderweb cracks racing along its length from the point where Sarah's fingers gripped it. The blade shattered into a dozen glittering fragments. Kael'ron staggered backward, his secondary arms reaching for his throat in an instinctive Vexithari gesture of shock. Sarah opened her hand, letting the broken hilt clatter to the ground. Her palm showed a thin red line where the blade had tested her skin, but nothing more. "Impossible," someone whispered from the stands. The word rippled through multiple languages and species. Admiral Thexnar, the Academy's commandant, rose from his observation box. The ancient Krell's eye stalks extended fully, a sign of extreme interest. "Cadet Chen, explain." Sarah turned to face the Admiral, coming to attention despite the shocked instructor behind her. "Sir, humans evolved on a high-gravity world with extreme environmental pressures. Our bone density is 3 times standard galactic baseline. Our muscle fibers are denser. Our grip strength, relative to our body mass, exceeds that of most predator species in the known galaxy." She paused, then added, "We also spent 10,000 years learning to kill things that wanted to kill us, sir. Before we ever reached for the stars, we were already very, very good at breaking things that needed to be broken." "But the blade," Kael'ron stammered, finding his voice. "The molecular bonding can be disrupted," Sarah interrupted, a breach of protocol that would normally earn demerits. "With sufficient force applied at precise stress points. I felt the resonance through the blade when you test struck. Found the weakness. Applied pressure." Admiral Thexnar's eye stalks quivered, the Krell equivalent of a laugh. 20 million credits of weapon destroyed by a bare hand. "Gloved hand, sir," Sarah corrected. Bare would have been faster. The Colosseum erupted. Some cadets cheered. Others argued in dozens of languages about physics, metallurgy, and human anatomy. The human contingent sat silent, knowing that their collective standing at the Academy had just shifted dramatically. Kael'ron approached Sarah slowly, his secondary arms spread in the Vexthari gesture of respect to a superior. I have trained warriors for 3 centuries, he said quietly, his voice no longer amplified. I have never seen this. How many of your people can do this? Sarah met his eyes. The breaking a neutron blade specifically? Maybe a few hundred with the right training, but surviving, fighting, refusing to give up even when we're outmatched? She smiled, and there was something ancient and terrible in that expression. Something that reminded every watching species why humanity had earned their place among the stars despite their youth. All of us, Instructor. Every single one of us. Kael'ron's mandibles clicked slowly, processing. Then he bowed, all 4 arms crossing his chest. Then I am honored, he said, to have been your lesson for today, and I hope, Cadet Chen, that you will honor me by becoming mine. As Sarah walked off the arena floor, past the whispers and stares, she caught the eye of Admiral Thexnar. The ancient Krell's eye stalks dipped in acknowledgement. The galaxy was vast, full of species older and stranger than humanity could imagine, but they would all learn in time what humans had always known. That the most dangerous thing in the universe isn't the weapon you carry. It's the will to break it and everything else if that's what survival requires. And humanity, forged in the crucible of a world that tried to kill them for millennia, had that will in abundance.